Hello.
And welcome to Film Bastards.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome everybody to episode 584 of Film Bastards. I am one of your co-hosts, Matt Foster, and as ever, I am joined by
Becky Foster. Hello, everyone.
and
I'm currently staring at a picture of a man in a kilt playing bagpipes. Ian Loring.
fucking Ian, you're in Edinburgh, aren't you?
I'm on business, baby.
You're on business, yeah. These two fuckers go international. Yeah.
It's my first time in Scotland, and I arrived an hour ago, got on a tram, checked into the hotel, started recording.
Nice, yeah. Ian goes to Edinburgh from Wales, so he's already international. Becky goes to Leipzig. I went to Romford recently, so who won?
Almost spat my beer out of my iPad then, good job.
Who fucking won? This fucking guy right fucking here. What have we got? Because, listeners, you've won this week because we're not talking any new movies. No, we're talking a movie that's already been out like 3 weeks in Until Dawn. So if you want to go and see that at the cinema, once you've listened to this, good fucking luck. And A Simple Favour. And if you want to see that, good fucking luck, you're insane. But we're going to fucking chat them both any fucking way. Let's fucking do this shit. Plus, we're going to do our usual bit of chatting some what we've been watching. Me and Becky have been on holiday, so most of ours are plane watches. And yeah, that's right, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, we plane watches, didn't we?
Yeah. Just looking, was anything new out last week apart from that Nick Cage one?
Apart from The Surf by Nick Cage, not an awful lot, no. Because we were on holiday, weren't we?
Yeah.
And the first night where we might have actually watched something, our TV was possessed, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Our TV was possessed. Like, you turn it off, and literally, you turn it off, audience views, where we usually go in creep, and then it'd come back on, like, literally a few seconds later, and just loads of fucking text start appearing along, fucking, like, across it, of, like, random bits that were happening. So we were pretty convinced that there were...
It was like watching an old movie that was about hacking where everything's, like, in DOS.
Yeah. So we were pretty much convinced that they were spying on us, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that TV saw some shit. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, we had that, didn't we? That was fun. But yeah, and I know Becky has been getting into some impossible mission scenarios, hasn't she?
Yeah, I almost made the mistake of watching Mission Impossible 2 as we were setting off to fly home.
Yeah, but it starts with a plane thing, doesn't it?
Yes, crashes into mountains.
And Ian, you've been Final Destination, haven't you?
I have, and I watched one Mission Impossible film.
Nice. So yes, we need to into all that. Listen to our friend shows, Rewatch Project, Chintroke vs Punter, Entertainment Landfill, and other shows out there. Just, support independent podcasts and not the usual shite that is some third-rate fucking celebrity just randomly releasing crap talking about their new fucking gardening project or some shit.
Or the Slash Film Cast, they can go fuck themselves.
God, they can go fuck themselves for a long, long time. And they can keep going. They can go and fuck themselves with every death scene from every Final Destination.
It's a bit harsh.
Stand by it. Yeah,
Right.
So fucking trailers. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking have some shit, motherfucker. What trailers have you been watching, guys?
Let's have some shit, motherfucker. I'm away from phone and laptop at the moment, so I'm hoping you guys might be able to guide me.
Nobody too. Right. Right. Let me just say, I enjoyed Nobody. I did not think that movie needed a sequel at all. Have not been in any way pumped for it.
Mark nicked you though, aren't they?
Was even less pumped when I heard the first note and went, turned out to Becky, during a trailer, paused it and went, what? Is this Holiday fucking Road? To which Becky went, what?
I went, Holly Rowe? What the fuck are you on about? Who's she?
And then it carried on playing. I was like, it's fucking Holiday Road. And I was out. Hard out. And then the more it went on, the more I was going, I think I'm in now. I think I'm in. So yeah, I'm in.
It looks better than the first one.
Yeah.
First one was fine.
Yeah, I enjoyed the first one.
Yeah, but this one looks funner.
It does, yeah. It does. So.
I like that it's super not a retread. You know, and they're kind of exploring the family dynamic a bit more, and just the idea of him being on holiday and uncovering some sort of conspiracy. It's good, knows it's silly bollocks.
Yeah, and I'm kind of all right with that. Good knows it's silly bollocks. Do we think that the Old Guard 2 knows it's silly bollocks?
Just tell nobody too. It will be my birthday film, and I'll get the train so I can have some cans.
That's a good thing. That seems like it could be a good film for that.
Yeah, too right. Old Guard 2, nobody fucking asked for this.
Yep.
I don't think Charlize Theron probably wanted to do it. I don't know. This trailer is just the most... It's in a trailer.
It's a lot of things that... To me, it looks a little bit like... None of the actors moved more than 2 steps forward or 2 steps back in the entire filming of this film. Like, it was all filmed in just a big blue room.
I don't know, it's got something about it that appeals to me in the way that the Underworld movies, for example, is the example I used with you earlier, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Appeal to me. They're shit, but I like them.
I'll watch it.
So I will have to... Mark's been trying to convince me that I've seen The Old Guard. I haven't. I straight up haven't. I've watched the trailer and I've read the synopsis and I haven't fucking seen it. So I'm going to have to go back and watch The Old Guard to be able to watch The Old Guard too. And that's a bit of a commitment, but I feel like I'll probably do it. 2 hours 5 fucking minutes though.
Yeah.
Maybe not. At least the second one's got the decency to be 1 hour 45.
Well, that is like a decent thing to do. Yeah. Yeah, no, I will watch it, but my God, it looks... Yeah. It looks like some driest of toast. Materialists.
I didn't watch this. I'm just a bit... Yeah, I know what it's going to be.
Honestly, the trailer, you watch it going... Wait, is it a piss take? Or is it the movie that it's saying it is? I don't know.
You love a rom-com, though.
I do love a rom-com, but it
and it's got Dakota Johnson in it.
But it's weird that it's being put out like this, like an old school, late 80s, early 90s. She's just a girl kind of way. It feels like they're stinging the tail. And I don't feel like that's fair. Like, it's going to turn out that you go watch it and fucking Chris Evans is going to end up fucking poisoning them both.
That's the thing. It's either going to take some sort of subversive turn, or, and this is my prediction, she ends up not being with either of them.
Yeah. And that's going to be it. She ends up not being with either of them and being with, like, the girl that was in the background for the entire movie.
Or just no one. I could see it...
Or they're going to get together.
What, Pascal and Evans?
That would make the internet very happy.
That would make the internet very happy, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if they had any sense, that's exactly what they would do.
Yeah, it's the internet's uncle and the internet's rebound fuck. But yeah, that's what they should do. But yeah, weird trailer. But I kind of want to see it, but I also don't. I want to see the movie that the trailer is saying it is, but I don't think it's that movie.
Even though Pedro Pascal is the internet's uncle, but old Wally Goggs is coming for the crown.
Wally, yeah. Wally Goggs.
Everybody loves Wally Goggs now.
Yeah,
he's fit as fuck.
He's turning up, like just in the background and going, oh, hang on a minute, Pedro. We didn't know about this guy.
The thing about Walton Goggins is he's sexy and he knows it.
Yeah.
But no one else has really sort of known it. Up until, like, more recently, he's been a bit more visible, hasn't he? Especially, like, with the White Lotus Season 3, he's just everywhere.
I'm just looking forward to when people go, oh, What he was in Sons of Anarchy. Oh, he was in Sons of Anarchy. Yes, he was.
I mean, to be fair, we'd get it in Sons of Anarchy as well.
Yes, he was. He played a
He's great.
a trans woman.
Great in Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, he's very good in Sons of Anarchy.
I like to quote I read from him recently saying that his hairline, that it's not receding, it's been like that for decades and it's holding its ground.
Yeah.
That's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
He's just funny.
What else have we got? Dangerous Animals.
I'm not big on shark movies.
I'm big on Jai Courtney dancing in his pants movies because he's a bit insane.
I don't know what a Jai Courtney is really.
He's the guy that...
That's fine. No, I appreciate that from context, but like apart from that, I don't know what he is.
Jai Courtney.
Cool.
Yeah. I like the fact that it just looks a bit mad.
It just looks like it's a guy who imprisons girls and then feeds them to sharks.
Yeah. But he looks a bit... It looks like Jai Courtney just being a little bit mad, and I'm kind of up for that.
That's fair.
Yeah. What else have we got? Highest to lowest.
Oh, this looks good, actually.
It's very teaser trailery though, eh?
It is very teaser trailery.
But that speech is great.
Yeah. If this was coming out in, like, October, November, I would be going, oh, so Denzel's going for another Academy Award then.
When is it out?
I think it's out in like August or something like that.
Yeah, like some sort of theatrical release in August and then an Apple TV in September.
Yeah. I mean, let's face it, if there is another person who deserves to be on 3 Academy Awards, Denzel might be the guy. You know, he's Denzel. And Denzel, and I love the fact that the teaser trailer just lists all of the Denzel and Spike Lee movies together, and then just it goes a new joint from, and it's like fair fucking play, because they are some absolute banger movies.
They are, but I don't think they should lead any more of the trailers with that, because I was just thinking, if I was random person interested in new Denzel film and it was this blue screened thing and it just came up Mo Better Blues, I'd be like, what the fuck's happening?
Yeah, you kind of want it to be Deja Vu, The Equalizer, and things like that, don't you?
Yeah, it feels like the marketing is way more excited about Denzel and Spike Lee getting together again than most people who they want, you know, the mainstream are about Washington and Lee working together again.
Yeah.
And I get it, and for like a film Twitter audience, it's exciting, but
does that really exist that much anymore?
I mean, yeah, it's a percentile of the audience Apple TV will actually be wanting for the film.
Yeah. What else have we got? Bex. Oh, yeah, fuck it. Let's go for a couple of your Bex ones. Conjuring Last Rites.
Yeah, we watched this, didn't we? Yeah, it's a Conjuring movie, and I kind of need them to get better again, because I feel like they've been a little bit diminishing returnsy, but I am still super fucking hyped for it because it's a Conjuring movie. So yeah, excited for it to happen, but just hope it gets back to its best. It's a good trailer.
It's a good trailer. It's just how many times can the Conjuring movies go, their most dangerous case ever?
It's like, their last case ever, this one, isn't it? So it's like the one that stopped them doing any more cases kind of thing. So I don't know. It is a bit, because like, I think because the Warrens themselves are a bit bollocksy, aren't they? It's kind of getting to a point where it's like, it's good for a while, but you are kind of celebrating these charlatans.
The nice thing is they don't make a single penny out of any of it, apparently.
Fair. Are they both dead?
Is that true?
Apparently, yeah. Apparently they sold the rights to their likeness a number of years ago.
That actually doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, for like not even that high an amount of money. And that's why the Conjuring was able to do like the first one for such a little amount of money. Yeah, but apparently they don't make a penny out of it. It's in the same way as like when people kick up a fuss about anybody using any of Gary Glitter's music in anything.
Yeah,
it's like, you don't make a fucking penny out of it.
Yeah, surprise.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm here for it. It's a good trailer. It looks creepy. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sounding like a Debbie Downer, and apologies, but it's just the fact it's directed by the guy who did the last one, which was a real fucking step down from the first two for me. But yeah, I mean, we'll see, and it looks like it's gonna bring back all their friends like the Nun and Annabelle. So you know, I
feel like that's what's getting gimmicky about it, though. I need it to not. I don't care about the fucking Nun. I don't want to see anything more to do with Annabelle unless the case is about Annabelle. The thing is, was the last one Devil Made Me Do It?
Yeah. The trailer starts with like, you know, nothing in here is a toy. Even the toy, it's like, yeah, you've done that in the past couple of trailers, man.
Yeah,
stop
exactly.
it. And I think you even did it in the Annabelle trailers. This one, it just needs to be just a little bit nastier, I think, and less about them two. Honey Dunn.
Suitably intrigued by this. I love a noir movie.
Yeah.
Lots of chops wandering around looking suitably stern and heels and a pencil skirt, so it's got a good aesthetic.
Yeah.
I like the retro aesthetic that it's got, actually.
This one feels like a Coen Brothers movie.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
Yes, it does.
I'm kind of like quite behind that idea that this one feels like, do you know what? If the Coens were still making movies, this would be a movie they'd make. And I like that. And the cast in it would be a cast that they'd be casting now. There. And Margaret Qualley, just, yeah, go on then. As a detective.
She's making interesting choices, and it is weird to see her playing like a grown-up role, though. Like she's like a copper, isn't she, or something? No.
She's probably
Private PR,
It's like a detective or some shit. Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's like that's something grown-ups do. You're a child.
Yeah,
but,
you keep saying this like you're going, you know she's 30.
But I don't feel like she's... Or maybe I've just not seen her do things where it's just like a straight-up, just a grown-up, a real normal grown-up with a real normal job.
Yeah.
So, yeah, interesting.
Mark, may I ask you to say the actress's name again, please?
Margaret Qualley. What did I say?
Margaret Qualley. Good stuff.
What did I say? Did I say something weird before?
No, Margaret Qualley, I think. Isn't it Quayle?
I think it's Qualley. I like Qualley.
I thought it was Qualley.
Fair.
I'm still going with Qualley. Becky, The Long Walk. You have told me previously, before this movie was even in, what is it, that The Long Walk is depressing as fuck.
Oh, so depressing, yeah. Bleak.
As a story.
Bleak. I mean, the Batman books are bleak, nasty fare anyway. But, yeah, The Long Walk is just... It just makes you lose any hope.
So...
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I'll be honest. When you told me the story, and it was a film. We were talking about it weirdly, weren't we? We hadn't watched the trailers. We only watched the trailer today, but we're talking about while we were on holiday on some lounger. And you were saying, I don't know how they can make it into a film and it be that interesting or that biting. I think this looks fucking great.
One of my main concerns as well, which I don't have now after watching the trailer, is all the kids in it look like they're in the fucking late 20s, early 30s. They've actually made them look, I mean, bigger than your average teen, granted, but they are supposed to be like farm boys and stuff like that in the book, so they are going to be well built. They do look pretty young. They do look like they could be. I think the maximum age limit in the book is 19.
Yeah.
They look a bit older than that probably, but it still has to track, doesn't it? So, you know, fair. It's But yeah, I mean, like I say, all of the Batman books are bleak as fuck. The actual Running Man, is so depressing, and I'm really looking forward to the adaptation of that that's coming out as well, because that's supposed to stick quite closely to the story rather than being a remake of the movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just so depressing.
Did you watch this one, Ian?
Yeah, I did. I think it's interesting that Francis Lawrence is basically using his "Hey Lionsgate, I just made you a lot of money with another Hunger Games film. I'm about to do another Hunger Games film. Why not just give me a little bit to let me kind of flex myself?" And
yeah, that was another concern I have, that it was the Hunger Games that
He's a good director.
Yeah, Francis Lawrence is all right. You know, like Constantine and whatnot. You know, like so, and it feels like a kinder one for me. You know, and because he doesn't have to be doing this.
Oh no, he's done it absolutely as a as he wanted to make it, and you can tell that there is very much a. I think it was ridiculous. Like it's less than like $20 million, I think.
Yeah, this won't have cost a lot, you know, and you know Cooper Hoffman. That's interesting casting.
Yeah, I mean, I see it because I don't think he's ever stretched himself in anything that is to see what he's like as a more grown-up actor.
Yeah, no, I think this looks alright. I am a little worried just how depressing it's going to be, but yeah, I mean, it looks like it's going to do well for its audience.
That's weird. I didn't know that Frank Darabont previously had the rights.
Yeah, for ages.
I can't imagine what a Frank Darabont long walk would look like.
3.5 hours, and a William Sadler would be in it.
He would definitely be one of the guys shooting the kids.
Oh yeah. Right, fuck it. I'm going to save this one for last, but I am going to go. We've all watched the Superman trailer. I'm hoping none of us have watched the Smurfs trailer. What do we reckon then, Superman?
I'm still yet to be dazzled by it. I've just got a massive boner for Rachel Brosnahan, so I'm just gonna make that clear and move on. But I'm a little. Why is he just being a bit shitty with her? At the start of it, I don't know. It was a bit like he's like Truth, Justice, the American Way, but okay. And I'm sure there'll be an in-film reason for it. I think Nicholas Hoult looks decent as Lex Luthor. I'm quite looking forward to seeing how that plays out. But I like you said it, the gunniness of it. Yeah. I am a little wary of.
I like the fact that Nicholas Hoult has said that he's channeling the energy on the fact that he's a little bit bitter that he's not Superman into his performance of Lex Luthor.
That's fantastic.
And the thing is, like, the person who said it to him was kind of like, when he said it, he laughed and he went, "I'm actually being deadly serious. I really want to be Superman, but apparently I'm just not Superman looking, so I have to be Lex Luthor." It's like, fair. I just think Nicholas Holt's pretty great, and he will have a barrel of laughs with this. My worry is the gunniness of it.
It's going to be 2.5 hours long, and that it's going to be a struggle.
Yeah, you're going to be there going, this has got a little bit too saccharine for me.
And the thing is, I like the Guardians films. You know, I like James Gunn's output. I think we might have talked about it on the show before, actually. But it just, I don't know, man. Like, he's the co-head of DC Studios. He's shoving in a lot of characters, and Guardians Volume 3 was a film that he came back and made on a bit of a victory lap, where it was right. I'm doing this and I'm out. I am not beholden to Marvel at all. And it was a film that was basically was a self-contained what's it? Like,
Yeah.
there's been nothing from the Guardians of the Galaxy characters since, and you get the sense that the MCU may well have moved on. Whereas with this, it's like he's got a vested interest in launching Supergirl, and Nathan Fillion's character is in the Lanterns TV show. And it
feels
that all
like
bothers me.
Yeah, it feels a little bit like of the 2.5 hours that you say it is inevitably going to be. How much of it is the movie, and how much of it is the mini teasers for the many things that are going to spring off from it? Half of which we're probably not going to watch because they're TV.
And also, weird focus on the dog in these trailers, and they've done some sort of promotional campaign with some dog treat company in the US, Milkbone, I think it's called, as well. And it's just...
I really hope that dog gets its stupid fucking cape caught in a revolving door.
I'm... Right, I love dogs. I'm not going to say that. I don't want to wish that upon...
Not in real life. I don't hope that the dog playing the dog gets its cape caught. I'm just hoping the character of the dog.
I did like
I think
when...
it makes it look stupid.
It does make it look very silly.
That is the problem.
Yeah. And
Nathan Fillion
walking around in a bad blonde wig, being fat, makes it look stupid.
It does make it look like it's going to be a bit silly. But then the thing is, there's a bit like... It's a little bit fucking Goldilocks-y here, though, because the other ones were too fucking serious, and then this one's too silly, and this one's too just media. What do people want from Superman? Because he kind of is a bit fucking boring.
Well, my thing is, and the reason I'm really not looking forward to this and think it looks a bit shit is because I did like the darker Superman stuff.
That's fine.
And I do like the darker Marvel movies, and I do really enjoy Watchmen and stuff like that. That's kind of what I want from comic book movies. It's like the darker side of it. I don't really enjoy the fucking Christopher Reeve of it all. It just feels fucking. It feels like a comic book movie rather than a graphic novel movie. That's more where I land.
Yeah, which is what it absolutely 100% is.
But I am quite willing to say this isn't aimed at me. No. It's aimed at people that want a comic book movie. It's aimed at people that want a family movie.
Which is pretty fine. Which I'm kind of fine with. Yeah. I did like the fact that the dog teabagged the woman. He does. Yeah. It's pretty great. And I want that. I want a close up of the back of that dog's balls slapping that woman in the face.
Fair enough.
We're not getting it, but it's losing half a star if we don't.
Nice.
Ian.
Yo.
The latest F1 trailer.
Oh, fuck yeah, okay. Oh.
Have we got any more?
Well.
Any other trailers?
I don't think so.
Nope. Right, fucking yes. Let's go out with this bang.
So, yeah. So, in the boy chat after this came out, I was just like, I actually can't tell whether this looks good or not. I'm so fucking biased. I'm done. You know, the first thing that I said was, I don't like the fact that it looks like the drivers can talk to each other during the race. And, like...
I didn't get that vibe from the trailer, though.
There was something
it
where...
looked like they're talking when they're getting outside of the cars, across to each other, but not within the cars.
There was a line that was said in the car, but it might well have been that it wasn't actually in the car, and they just layered the line over. I
think another line you're talking about. I read it as he's saying that out loud to him, in the car to himself, but the other guy isn't necessarily hearing it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Which would be better. Because it's like 10 seconds, and I'll move on. You get the radio messages between the drivers and the engineers on the broadcast, but you don't get the drivers talking to each other. God, I wish you did. That would be so fucking funny. But yeah, so I am going to like this a fair bit, and I am worried. But I am worried that it's going to be the most, in terms of the narrative, the most milquetoast, bland we just need to appeal to a mainstream audience and get people interested in F1 thing. But one of the reasons why that's going to happen is because the action is going to be fucking banging.
How long is it?
Don't know yet.
So is there no...
And while you're doing that, I will say I think it's interesting that this trailer, it is using a lot of new footage and like the stuff at the start. It's actually quite a slow build up, and I like that it's not a rehash. And I'm looking forward to Brad Pitt and Kerry Condon together. I feel like that could be some nice chemistry there.
Yeah, that feels like that could work.
Yeah.
I'm also looking forward to nobody pointing out that there's a 20-year age difference between them, because yes, those people would fuck.
I think most people put in a room with Brad Pitt, if he was willing, would be hard pressed to say no, wouldn't they?
Yeah, if that was like locked in a fucking lift with Brad Pitt, I would go, you're not like a little bit bi, eh, mate? And when he goes, no, but I appreciate it. I had to shoot my shot.
And absolutely, and I mean it's interesting because a lot of like the F1 online community has been like, oh, you got a 60-year-old trying to like drive an F1 car, but I feel like the trailer was even commenting on that, where like I can't remember the line exactly, but it was like what I think was the other driver's mum was like, I thought you said he was over the hill, but look at him, and it's just like
a little bit like this. I'm not. I promise I'm not having a go at you, Ian, on this. But there's a little bit of the F1 community where I'd say, mate, he's got a lot more fucking chance than you do.
Oh, mate, no, yeah, no, totally. I mean, and for what it's worth, I don't agree with it. He looks probably younger or the same age as Fernando Alonso, who is 42 and is still racing in F1.
Yeah, they're not going to have him. They're not going to go. Oh, because I don't think most people would know that Brad Pitt is 61 years old either.
No, and in the film, he's not going to be playing a guy in his 60s.
No, he's going to be playing a guy probably in his early 40s.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to WhatsApp, for context to you guys, a picture of Fernando Alonso this year.
But I'm up for this. I think it looks like a big, dumb, fun action movie, and I'm kind of alright with that. I am treating it as it's a sports movie. I like sports movies.
Lewis Hamilton's got a cameo in it. Are you still in?
Because my brain will just tune him out, because he is
a dickhead.
He's the least charismatic. Yeah,
I mean,
he might be a great
he
driver.
He produced the film, to be fair, as well.
But the man has zero actual charisma when the camera's in front of him.
No, he does. And as a Mercedes fan, I'm just very happy with how it's going with him and Ferrari at the moment in an absolutely Schadenfreude way. I'd love to see him like win another race and whatnot, but it's going badly. And
I mean, Brad Pitt looks like he could be about the same age as that guy.
Yeah. And he's an old racer, and they take the piss out of the fact that he is old, like the other drivers do, and stuff like that. But that's part of the plot of this fucking film as well. That you've got the has-been coming back to F1. So yeah, it works fine. I mean, obviously, I'm super, super, super looking forward to this film. I do. It's the guy who directed Top Gun Maverick and also directed Tron Legacy, two films I very deeply, deeply love.
He's a good director. He's a very good director, and he's a very good visual director. But he's also he's not just a pure visuals director. He's actually a good storyteller.
Yeah, exactly. And there's something about just the fact that it's F1 the movie, and it's so tied to F1, which I love the sport, but that monolith is so corporate and just money that I can't help. And but movie studios are as well. I don't know. I've got a feeling about it. I've got a feeling about it that somehow I'm going to come out of it and will have enjoyed it less than you guys.
That's fair. Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah.
It bothers me.
I mean, yeah, to be fair, his filmography is really, really good. Tron Legacy,
Krasinski's-
Oblivion, Own the Brave's an underrated movie.
Yeah, good film.
Top Gun Maverick, Spiderhead, I thought was decent. I quite enjoyed Spiderhead.
Spiderhead was alright.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just Oblivion, that film was pretty, like, people were a bit minge-faced about it. I think I might have been at the time. But the world building in that, the fucking score from M83 in that film, holy shit.
Yeah.
You know,
Andrea Riseborough's fucking great in that movie as well.
Yeah, she is.
Such a
Yeah,
dick.
I'm just, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, it is literally a film made for me. But you know what I mean, though. Like,
Yeah.
it is.
It ticks all the boxes that you're worried that all the boxes will be ticked and you'll get out of it going, why didn't I like it more?
Produced by Jerry Bruckheimer, directed by Joseph Kosinski. It's about F1 and Brad Pitt's in it.
Yeah. All the cast are all really good. Like,
Javier Bardem is playing the team owner.
Yeah.
It's fucking perfection.
Shea Wiggum's going to be playing the NASCAR team owner.
Oh god, yeah, Shea Wiggum's in it. Great.
Either the NASCAR team owner or the NASCAR team manager or something like that.
Yeah, no, he'll be the manager in like the first 15 minutes of the film, and then every now and then it will cut back to him in a bar going yay or oh no, you know.
Which will be great. And the thing is, we know all these beats, but we're still going to be going, this is great.
I mean, honestly, and I know they'll sell them, I'm going to buy an Apex team shirt.
Yeah, they will do. Right. Let's review a fucking movie.
Can I just ask, Becky, what did you think of the trailer?
I don't like sports adjacent movies
You're
as a
not a big
general
fan of
rule,
sports movies, are you, no?
and I don't like F1.
Okay.
So it's just very much not for me. It looks fine, and I like Brad Pitt. Javier Bardem, I like him. I don't know anyone else that's in it. I don't like F1, and I don't like F1 drivers as a general rule, so cameos will go completely over my head. It is the most not for me movie that's come out in a while.
I feel like I'm going to need to do a solo pod.
I think it's going to be a good show, that one.
The thing is, I used to watch F1 every fucking week it was on as a kid. I properly, like, it was like a big deal. Like, I'd watch it on my own. It's not like I sat and watched it with my dad or anything. I really fucking liked it, and then I just don't. Anyway, it's just driving around. Which I know it's not just driving around, but it's just driving around, round and round and round and round. Many times.
For the job that I'm now in, one of the activities I was asked to do was a presentation about something that I like that might have some complex elements to it, you know, to see how well I can present these kinds of things. And I literally did it on why F1 is not just about the driver and like the other aspects that come into it. And that was part of the way that I got this job that I'm now in. You know, so it's not just about driving in a circle. And one day, Bex, I will do that presentation for you.
It's not about the driver; it's about the car.
It's about the car.
It's about
It's
about
like
the
horse
team.
racing,
It's about
it's
the
about the horse.
strategy.
Yeah.
Horse is
I
on
mean
work.
that.
It's about avoiding as much tax as possible.
But yeah, and I mean that's the thing. It is that as well. It is a disgusting sport.
It is a disgraceful sport that is basically funded by autocrats.
Yeah, I mean, and again, yeah, it is. But do you know what? A lot of sport has got a lot of dirty money in it now, and what are you going to do?
Well, no, yeah, you're completely right. I'm literally reading a book about it at the moment.
You are.
Yeah.
Not literally right now.
Not right now, no,
That
I'm
would
doing
be
the podcast
rude
right now,
and
but I was like...
disrespectful to our listeners.
Yeah. So, talking of filthy fucking money,
God, which one are we doing?
Another Simple Favour is written by some people, and it's directed by Paul Feig.
It's written by the co-writer of Shutter Island, is who it's written by.
I thought I recognised that name.
Okay, now.
Later, Calogridis, or yeah.
Wow.
Yep. And it stars Anna Kendrick and her weird legs, Blake Lively,
And a big hat.
and a big hat. Elizabeth Perkins is in there. Henry Golding, Alison Janney. Yep. Here's what IMDb says it's about. Remember, IMDb owned by Amazon, and it's on Amazon Prime.
In one of the greatest thrillers of all time.
Stephanie Smothers and Emily Nelson reunite on an island in Capri, Italy, for Emily's extravagant wedding to a rich Italian businessman, which is interrupted by murder and betrayal. Not kind of really what it's about, but we'll get into what it is actually about, maybe, when we talk about it. Another Simple Favour. Another straight-to-streaming Paul Feig movie. Becky.
Oh, don't make me go first.
I bet you go first.
Oh, Bex, I think I'll be saying much the same as you, judging by that, mate. So, you know, we're all friends here.
So, what did you think to Another Simple Favour?
That it's absolute shite and I used my Suspiria too early in the year.
Oh, no.
Fucking awful. Awful.
Fair. Fair.
Do you want more?
I mean, we're going to get into more. It is the kind of point of the show.
I just don't know
No,
that you
I mean-
necessarily want more from me on it, just being negative.
No, mate. I mean, it's really shit.
I hated every moment of watching it. I'm really glad that I didn't waste any real time on watching this and we watched it on a plane.
Yep.
Which is, like, not real time.
Yeah. It's like, you got to do... What, are you going to do that or, like, raw dog it?
Well, I would have watched Mission Impossible 2. That's what I started watching, and then that just didn't go well. Well, what did I watch instead?
You watched The Void
Oh,
instead.
I did watch The Void. That's
Which we'll
good,
get to later.
actually, yeah.
Hang on, what? That I know you'll talk about it later, but that really, really fucked up Lovecraftian horror film.
Yeah.
You watched that on the plane?
Yeah, I had to keep checking over my shoulder to see if the people behind me
Christ.
could see through the chairs and see the screen and angling
Mate,
it slightly.
That is a strong film to watch on a plane. I'll talk about it later, but fuck me.
Ian, Another Simple Favour.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I really quite liked A Simple Favour.
Yep. So did I.
And I have, in the past, rated Paul Feig as a director.
Same.
The dude has completely gone off the fucking rails, and it's like it is like he's taking the piss out of the audience at this stage. It's just like, oh, here you go, you shit munches. It's like, here's some nice locations and some nice, like, at times batshit costumes.
It's a little bit like Shite Lotus.
This would have been better.
That's good.
This would have been better if it was a silent movie. Without the fucking shite forced banter between the two of them that just seems like a Sex and the City episode written by a 15-year-old. Oh, Emily's really edgy. She'd definitely say things were cunty. It just, that feels really unnatural coming out of that person's mouth.
And
It feels forced.
The film itself is cynical. It's about a bunch of cynical people doing cynical things, and it's been made cynically in a way where it feels like just a bunch of random shit thrown at the screen, and then Paul Feig saying, "Right, I'm off to have a cocktail." Like it's like, if people don't feel that their time is being wasted and their intelligence is being insulted by this film,
Yeah.
I don't understand.
All spoilers all the time. At the end of the movie, when fucking Mama Mafia is sat next to Blake Lively and says, I know everything around here. It's like, well, you didn't know that your son was stupping Italian Taylor Johnson, did you?
Matteo.
So, I mean, come on.
I'm really disappointed with Henry Golding for being in this. I'm not disappointed in Blake Lively because I kind of expected it from her. I'm a bit disappointed in Anna Kendrick, but she's not had any hits. But Henry Golding's supposed to be a good actor. He should be better than this.
He's not been in an awful lot, though. That's...
It's
he was hot for a bit, and then it's just tailed off.
I think a little bit for Henry Golding, his breakout moment happened with Crazy Rich Asians and A Simple Favour. He's very fun in Last Christmas, but those both happened, and it was like, fucking, here comes Henry Golding. Here's a global pandemic.
That, mate. Perfect. There is an alternate reality where he was the next Bond.
Yeah, genuinely. People were talking
really...
about like, Snake Eyes has been a little bit of a Bond audition for it.
Oh God, yeah. And I mean, No Time to Die. If it came out in 2020, and then they were actively looking to do another Bond film, and it was still under Broccoli and Wilson, and Amazon didn't have its hooks in, and all that kind of stuff. He would have been one of the prime contenders at the time, and now the world's shifted in a way where it's going to be a white British guy.
Yeah. I mean, if it turns out it's Aaron Taylor Johnson, then fine. I'm actually fine with that.
Yeah, exactly. But
I
mean,
Henry Golding as Bond would have been really fucking cool.
It would have been cool, and Snake Eyes, just torpedoed it for him.
Yeah. Glad I enjoyed Snake Eyes as well. But...
Yeah. So, but I mean, the thing is, and all spoilers all the time, he's in it for about 15, 20 minutes and he gets killed off. But when he's in it, he's got good pissed off ex energy. And just like when he says to Stephanie, right, if we're not going to fuck, I'm going to go and get a drink. And it's that's good stuff.
I'm going to go and find some people who I haven't fucked.
Yeah, I mean but then he dies, and then it gets into the mystery of it all, and then Blake Lively unveils the third sister, and it's all just a setup for Sister Fucker.
Yeah.
Can we just appreciate the irony as well? For this is her PR movie basically. This is trying to repair her reputation and make people like her again. Yeah.
Yep.
And she's gone from trivialising and making light of domestic abuse to trivialising and making light of incestuous rape.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Okay, Blake, whatever.
Yeah. There is somewhere where on a sofa there is Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds' PR person going, This is my idea, guys. Right, what is it? Blake, go away.
Yeah.
Ryan, go where Blake's going for a bit. Just do that. I think out of the three of us, I liked it the most.
Oh, yeah?
And I didn't like it. Right, I am not saying it's good. But I'm also not going to say that for the first, and bear in mind this movie is 2 hours long. For the first hour and 35 minutes, I was going, this is absolute garbage. But I'm also not enjoying it.
I think it's tolerable until Golding dies, and then when the plot really kicks in... It doesn't just go off a cliff, it descends into the Dante's Inferno.
It's as soon as they bring in, and I hope that was intentional, Ian, that somebody falls off a cliff and one of the characters is called Dante.
It wasn't, but I wish it was.
But when they bring the third sister in, fine. Bring the third sister in, but don't have her basically retarded when the first thing she's done is that you notice one of the bits where you actually see her supposed to be her is stab the FBI agent in the back and then do like a cheeky little "it's me" wave at Blake Lively, because that isn't the same person. Anna Kendrick, yeah. That isn't the same person as is then becomes the sister fucker. You know, the energy is completely out. And it's almost like they've written the character and gone, we'll bring the third sister in. And I started writing her and gone, oh no, let's make it that she just loves her sister. Like, fucking loves her sister. Because, do you know what? In this world, everybody wants to fuck Blake Lively, including her own self. It's a little bit like that. It's a little bit like, who wouldn't want to? The only person who wouldn't want to is the gay Italian guy. And even he still probably kind of wants to.
You're not wrong.
No, it's silly. It's incredibly silly. The story makes no fucking sense. The costumes are appalling. The interactions between all the people don't exist. I'm still weirded out by Anna Kendrick's legs. The fact that she's shaped like a too much sharpened pencil.
Honourable mention as well for the fact that the cast member in this that owns their own hair care line should be embarrassed by how frizzy their hair is in this.
But saying all of these things, still going to watch the next one that will inevitably get made.
Mate, nah. And also, I'm not entirely sure it will inevitably get made.
I think it will.
There's no cultural footprint on this at all.
No, but
Amazon. It was number 3 on Amazon last week.
Week after it came out.
And this should not be number 3. And
But I get the feeling that we're going to see a Ryan Reynolds Amazon movie in the next 18 months, and then we'll get yet another Simple Favour.
I mean, honestly, if
Just
they call
one more
it yet
Simple
another
Favour.
Simple Favour, I might watch it.
Yeah, I mean, it's shit. There's no getting away from it. It's shit. I liked it more out of the three of us, I think, and even I'm going to say it's shit. It's that shit.
I just don't know what Paul Feig's doing.
Yeah,
what is he doing?
It's that shit that I might never even watch it again.
It's a waste of fucking time.
It is. Our audience poll: definitely not shit 20%, touch and go 20%, and shit 60%.
I'm so angry.
I mean,
I watched this that I voted.
I feel like I've insulted that person who said definitely not shit at 20%, but I don't know. Come on now. If there's some sort of Geostorm aspect to it, maybe all right. But it's slop. It's not AI slop. I'm not going to say that, but it's slop. Okay.
No, it's just it's not AI slop. It's just because it's just not people wrote this, and they thought that they were being really fucking funny.
Okay, I've just seen your WhatsApp, by the way, and I won't react.
Right. Let's review another movie, because that's what we do on this show. But I'm actually going to find out what the IMDb says about this, because that's really, really going to...
So Bex is leading on this one, yeah?
Yeah. Right. Until Dawn is directed by David F. Sandberg. I didn't say fuck David Sandberg. That's fucking weird. And
David Sandberg. You idiot.
It's like Michael F. Assbender, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Stars, people, and Peter Stormare.
Peter Stormare's people.
Is he? A group of friends trapped in a time loop where mysterious foes chase and kill them in gruesome ways must survive until dawn to escape it. You've both played the game. I've not. I refuse to let Becky tell me anything about it before I went in, even though she tried to. Becky.
Really? Oh, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
This must have been the most incoherent film you've ever seen.
So wait, you already have played this game? Yeah. Alright, so I'm going into it like knowing nothing about what this game is and you both know what it's about. Yeah.
But
so basically it's about, no, I don't want to know.
But I'm sorry, Bex, before you start, one of the fucking things about this film that I thought was that it's got nothing to do with the game, and yet the aspects that kind of do have something to do with the game are shoved in just the most baffling ways. Like, all spoilers all the time. The Wendigo.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah. I do think, though, because it's just... It's taken the... I mean, really? Not even the concept. Like, you don't...
Nope.
You don't restart and have to survive until dawn with nobody dying in the game. That's not part of it. You just have to... You can't get a rescue there until dawn. So it's whoever makes it through, makes it through. Like, you don't get a re-go. You don't restart. I mean, you do kind of have to restart and live with your choices, but you continue playing. You don't just all go, oh, well, fuck this shit then, and die. If one of them dies, there's no real way to get all of them through to the end in the game, I don't think. Peter Stormare's not like an in-it character either. He's just a game guide. And there's not... It's not Cabin in the fucking Woods where there's loads of different baddies either. There's just like certain amount of baddies. So like I think you're fine watching this without having played the game. I think it's confusing if you have watched the game because you're like, wait, what? They've just used the name then.
So what did you think of the actual film then?
Fucking loved it. I thought it was really good. I had a really good time. I thought it's a touch over long. And like I said to you, after we'd seen it, you said, oh, it'll only be about 90 minutes, and then looked at the time and you're like, oh, it's an hour 45. It is about that much too long. It's about a quarter of an hour too long.
Yeah.
I don't know where, like, there's nothing I'd necessarily cut, but I'd make it tighter. I'd make the sequences shorter, but leave the content the same, I think. But there's certain, like, set pieces in it that I really, really fucking loved. The bit where...
they all explode.
The bit where they all explode is one of them. That's fucking great. Just... excellent. Thank you. The bit where... Is it Megan, the character?
Yeah.
Gets possessed and she's pointing at all the missing posters and then, like, reading out, like, their... Like, speaking out their last... like, comments or whatever in their different voices is fucking mint and creepy as fuck. Peter Stormare's there. That's always good. I like that. They've tried to shoehorn in the bits about the sanatorium and the mine collapse and then Wendigos but not really with any kind of level of coherence. But I'm fine with it. And I really, 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 really enjoyed the fact that when the cameras changed at the end, I mean, it is so Cabin in the Woodsy though, but I really enjoyed the fact that when the cameras change at the end, it's to the cabin from the game. Loved that. Yeah. Really loved that. And it's just fan service. But I loved it anyway, because I'm a fan. It's service to me.
I enjoyed it as well. Not as much as yourself, Bex. But I thought it was just a fun. Here's a bunch of horror shit, like of all sorts of different kinds. You know, and sometimes it's going to be horror comedy. Sometimes it's going to be like a possession. We're going to have a bit here where it's just this witchy bit for a bit. You know, and I liked that. I like the parts maybe more than I did the whole.
I get that.
Because the reveal of what Peter Stormare's doing, where it's like, at one point it's, yeah, we're just going to keep this guy locked up here, and then after 2 weeks, he turns into a Wendigo. But that's not really what Stormare's actually doing. But what is he actually doing? And I kind of don't care because it's Until Dawn, but it was definitely overlong. I actually thought all the actors did a decent job. I didn't think there was you're a bit shit among them. I liked the fact that the guy who was with the bi girl starts off as like the strong alpha, then becomes dickhead, and then kind of actually
really
redeems
dickhead,
himself.
Though, is he? He's just being fucking sensible.
That's one of the things that I found quite amusing is he's saying like quite sensible things, and they're just going, "You just don't care." And he's like, "No, we should probably at least try and get out."
Yeah. No, but I mean, then like by the end, he's all right. But one of my big problems with the film was that I felt no tension in the entire third act because it made such a strong point of we all need to stick together.
Yes, that's a very good point.
That it like it was just like none of these people are going to die, none of them, and like even there's not even going to be a sting in the tail at the end because it would just completely take away from the message of the film, and that was a big issue for me. But yeah, it's fun. And Mark, I mean, did any of it make sense?
The thing is, I was watching going, I was doing the opposite of probably what you guys were watching going, I don't know how this works as a game. And then Bray was going, so which character do you play as? Do you play as all
None
of
of them?
Because I thought these were the characters from the game. So I was going, I wouldn't want to play as that fucking
I mean, Mark, be glad that they're not, because Rami Malek would have been in it.
I found that out when I saw the picture of Rami Malek on it, and we mentioned it afterwards, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So I was like, I wouldn't want to play as that fucking Max guy. He's a bit of a fucking wet lettuce, isn't he?
There is like a wet lettuce character in the game though.
Yeah, I don't want to play as him. But again, I was watching going, this doesn't make any sense, and there's a lot of like leaps that they're making for it, and I was also going, if I was there, and I'm not saying like doing if I was there I'd do this and this, but I'd be thinking I'd have tried smashing that thing.
Do you know what I would have done?
Yeah, I'd have just gone smash.
I'd have maybe turned it round so that it was like horizontal instead of vertical, so no more sand.
No, because they could just keep going. If it's just gone, fucking nothing there, is there?
I would have sat in that room and not drunk the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the other bit of that, isn't there? A little bit.
Oh, you almost
They nearly made it.
Ha 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 ha. All right, well, we'll just do that again then and not drink the tap water.
I get the feeling that Abe on the next one went, why don't we just not drink the water? And they all went, don't you understand though, that won't work, you just don't care about us. And he's like, no, fuck it, fine. Fuck it. But if I had gone, I'm going to go in there and not drink the twatting water.
The thing, it was that scene though where I was like, yeah, all right, fine. I submit. I'm into this.
We were trying to guess, weren't we? We thought it was probably that one.
Yeah.
Because it was just, yeah, at that point, it's just, all right, fine, this is just silly bollocks. They're just, and they are, I just criticised Another Simple Favour for throwing shit at the wall, but this is knowingly throwing shit at the wall and just like, have a bit of this and have a bit of this and have a bit of this, and hopefully you'll enjoy some of it. You might enjoy all of it.
It's a bit of a you son of a bitch I'm in moment, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is. It does go on for a little bit too long, but the production design of it's nice. It's got some nasty gore in it, but it's not at any point too much gore that you go in, I just don't want this now.
I liked the kind of mechanic of like the longer they were there, the more of the town was revealed as well.
Yeah.
Like was unearthed. That's not a thing in the game. That's like an original concept. I like the fact that the town's sunk into the mine as part of the cave-in. That's not in the game. That's a new thing. And the thing is, like when you watch game adaptations, if they're good game adaptations and they're accurate, a lot of it's a bit like, well, I did this. Whereas at least this has kind of gone, no, we're just going to use, like, I mean, not even the setting, just the name, really. Just the choose your own adventuriness of it all, like, and all your decisions make things slightly different, like.
I think the idea of it that I quite like is the fact that they carry a few of, like, the wounds from the previous one, but it's never enough to fully fucking slow them down. The idea as well that's introduced in it was quite good that, well, we're all doing it together. But maybe everybody has a different amount of
expiry date.
And you've got like the fucking main girl just still, fucking Grover still looks fucking, let's say, like fucking normal. But then like the Megan's like literally falling to bits. Like, she looks like shit after round 1.
Just to clarify, Mark misheard Clover's name at one point in the movie and then just decided she was called Grover.
Couldn't get it out of my head.
So yeah,
good stuff.
That's what that was about.
And then my brain was just going, as I'm watching it, in any moment where it got a little bit like, I don't really care anymore, my brain was going, I'm sure there was a Super Grover fucking animated series. Sure the fucking was. And then I come back to self and go, one of them just explained again. That's pretty fucking cool. Fuck it. I enjoyed it. I'm definitely not shit on it.
Yeah, definitely not shit. I had a really fun time with it.
Yeah. I'm glad it's done really quite well as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only cost like $10 million as well.
Yeah.
So
it's going to probably do, by the end of its thing, it'll probably be a top 50.
And it's cool as well because like David F. Sandberg's just come off of making the 2 Shazam films and he was like, I never want to make a superhero film again. And it's great that he's just gone back to, all right, let's just do a horror film again, and it's worked out for him.
Yeah. And the thing is, you could do another couple of these and just fuck around with the mechanics of it, I think, quite easily, if you wanted to. Because there's no hard and fast rules to it would seem.
Not as a movie franchise.
Nope. So yeah, fucking go. And apparently there is going to be a new game, apparently.
Oh, nice.
I mean, yeah, I mean, that's an interesting one. They did a remake of Until Dawn that was received quite poorly, and there was there was like a postscript bit with a new scene with Hayden Panettiere, kind of signalling that, but the game did really badly. The development studio got shut down. It did so badly. So it seems like that might have gone the way of the dodo.
Yeah, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. What was our audience poll? Let's have a little fucking look. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Definitely had it open a minute ago. There we go. Definitely not shit. 67%. Shit, 33%. Pretty fucking cool, that.
Nice.
Fucking hey. Ian.
Yo.
Final fucking destinationers.
Sure. Yeah, I can talk about some other things as well.
You can do if you want.
Yeah. So I mean, let me go through some stuff. So before Final Destinations, I watched The Long Good Friday, which recently had a 4K through Arrow. Looks great. Dolby Atmos soundtrack for a low-budget British gangster film from the early 80s. Kind of wild. Long Good Friday, a lot of it has not aged very well. There is quite a lot of dialogue and plot stuff that people would find triggering. But Hoskins, fucking incredible in it.
I don't think Hoskins gets enough fucking credit for how fucking great he was in general.
Yeah, no, totally. Like, absolutely mesmerising. just the ending of that film. I'm pretty sure I've talked about it on the show before, and probably like Cinerama and 35mm Heroes as well. That ending is just one of the great endings.
It's a great movie, Long Good Friday.
Yeah, and the score absolutely fucking slaps as well. So Long Good Friday. If you haven't seen it, it's on Amazon Prime as well, and like it, a lot of like the dialogue and whatnot has not aged well, but there's a very, very good depiction of a man just absolutely falling apart, and he's not a great guy. He's not the worst of the worst, but he has to do some rough shit in the course of a day in that film. So there you go. Okay, I funnily enough, I watched Superman the movie. Do you know what? Superman the movie, I don't have a massive affinity for it. It wasn't a big film for me when I was a kid, and it's really, really fucking baggy. And
it is really baggy.
Yeah, the last act, I is not great. Reeve is ace. I think Kidder is really, really good. John Williams just dropping banger after banger. But yeah, that film is slightly all over the place, and I don't think it ends very well. So there you go. That's Superman. Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning. I'll just say, so that this is the only one I'm rewatching before the next one. Partly because of the word on the next one, I was just like, do you know what? Maybe I'm not going to invest my time. We shall see. Dead Reckoning, I think, is basically what I said before. I really like it, but the entity is just a shit concept for a villain.
Yeah.
Right, it's an AI that has a human face that killed Tom Cruise's ex 30 years ago. Brilliant. All right, fine. But I'm really intrigued to see what they do with Hayley Atwell in this next one, because it's insulting how they are just they basically kill off Ilsa before Ilsa's even killed off, with just how much import they're putting on Hayley Atwell in this fucking film, and it's really weird. And I'm sure, Rebecca Ferguson was like, I don't want to do the stunts. I'm out from that aspect. But there's a part of me that's like, but you just built her up for 2 films. In the scenes that she's in with Cruise in this, it's pretty obvious that they've got a thing. But do you know what? Towards the end there, and towards the end, it's like there's a thing where it's like, think about the people you really love or the people you really care about, and it cuts to shots of Ilsa and Hayley Atwell's character, not Ving Rhames, not Simon Pegg, but a woman he's just met, and probably the great love of his life. It's weird how much import they put on Hayley Atwell, and there's a part of me that's almost like, in this next one, are they really going to drive that into the ground? I don't think Rebecca Ferguson's coming back.
I don't think she's coming back now.
I think that character is done, and I'm not into it. But so there you go.
Also, it is quite conspicuous about how little Hayley Atwell is in any of the trailers. And she's in them,
and the marketing, and the press tours and stuff like that. She's bare.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen way more of Simon Pegg and Pom Klementieff than I have any of the other supporting characters. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I am worried about Final Reckoning. We shall see. National Lampoon's European Vacation. So Blank Check are doing Amy Heckerling, and I'd never seen it. My Letterboxd review is genuinely didn't laugh once.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's awful. It's really, really bad. Just everything about it's off.
As somebody who is a big fan of Vacation, and Christmas Vacation genuinely might be one of my favourite movies of all time. And, you know, I also really like the... I enjoyed the Vacation movie that came out about 10 years ago. And Vegas Vacation's even quite fun. European Vacation is really not very good. It's just offensively shit.
Yep. Yeah. No, it really, really low effort, low energy. I know. Heckling's come out and basically said, yeah, it was a nightmare, and I hated my experience on it. And you know, I don't blame her. I think the moments that she's able to actually do her thing, like there's a bit in the Louvre where it's doing that song, which, you know, it feels like heckling. Not an awful lot of it feels like heckling. So yeah, European Vacation shit.
It's fun, the fact that everybody involved in that film says the same thing. Like, even Jimmy James, like, it's a shit film, but I got paid a lot of money.
Yeah, no, well, fair enough. Okay, Final Destination time. So, Final Destination 2. I prefer the more just dread tone of the first one. They're definitely going for the gore with this one, but the gore is pretty fantastic.
It's the car accident one, this one, isn't it? Or is that third?
Yeah. It's the logging truck and all that good stuff. But it's also the one where you have the entire set piece with the lad in the dentist, and then he and his mum are outside, and then the pane of glass just comes down and just fucking, like, destroys him.
Yeah.
Like, just explodes him.
Yeah.
Which is
fucking chase those pigeons, should a little prick.
No, and he really shouldn't have, because he's actually way too old to be doing stuff like that. But phenomenal gore in that film. So then, Final Destination 3, you've probably got the best lead of the entire lot. You know, you've got Mary Elizabeth Winstead, who is doing acting in this film. I mean, the set pieces are great. This is the one that it feels like the tension lingers the longest as well. Like the sunbed sequence.
Oh, it's horrible, isn't it?
It takes a long time.
Yeah.
You know, and it's interesting as well, because it's these two girls who kind of, like, towards the start of the film when they're on the roller coaster, you kind of think are just like bimbos or whatever. But then they're actually really nice to Mary Elizabeth Winstead's character, and they invite her to the salon and stuff. And it's like, oh, do you know what? The conversation they're having, they're actually quite nice.
Yeah.
And then, but no, we're still going to, like, kill you horribly. Ian has said a lot in this film. He's the guy who kind of turns into a wrong'un at the end of the one, so that's always fun. You know, you got that, and you got What Fucking Ian guy from High Fidelity, so that's great. Ian, high class name in movies. But yeah, the thing about the Final Destination films is just the fact that, aside from the second one, where the leads don't get killed but the kid gets exploded by the barbecue, they all end the same, where they've had all these premonitions, they've gone through all this stuff, and then death just gets them anyway. And it does get pretty repetitive, you know.
Right, so we rewatched them last year, didn't we, Bex? The Final Destination movies. And the odd thing is, before my rewatch, if you'd have told me, if you'd have sort of said, rank, like, the horror franchises, I'd have probably said that consistently they're pretty fucking good. But when you actually rewatch them, you go, no. The deaths are consistently pretty good. The films were a little bit, like you say, samey.
Yeah, and it's the quality of the films is down to the execution of the kills, and you know, maybe how much you like the characters. So this one, you've got Mary Elizabeth Winstead, and they're trying to do some stuff about survivor guilt there, where for reasons, Mary Elizabeth Winstead is sat next to her boyfriend's friend, and they're not particularly close, and then her boyfriend's sat next to the friend's girlfriend. So the friend and the friend's girlfriend get killed, and they don't. And so there's this kind of like survivor guilt thing happening there. And then they introduce this stuff with the camera, and like there's an amazing fucking bit where there's a shot of the Twin Towers and then the shadow of an airplane. And it's just like, what the fuck? But I mean, they're trying to do something there. But then at the end, and it was a reshot ending as well, apparently, because audiences initially were like, whatever. They do this thing in a subway where it's like 6 months later, and it just so happens that all the survivors surprisingly are on the same subway carriage. Yeah. And then they just all get killed. Oh, great. But yeah, decent kills. There's a good nail gun kill in this one as well, actually. So that's 3. 4, director of the second one comes back, kind of amps up the gore again.
Which is weird, because the director of the third one is the director of the first one.
Yeah, no, exactly. And so the third one, it's got the more suspensey stuff of the first one, and the less fun of the first one as well. There is more of a dread aspect to it. And then you've got this one, which starts off like... So it starts off with a NASCAR sequence and things go wrong. And then the title sequence of the fourth one is like a nu metal version of the theme from the first one, with all these like shots of X-rays of how the deaths from the previous ones would have impacted people. And it's just like, yeah, here we go, this is going to be fucking sick. Yeah, look at that, oh yeah. And and this one, it's... This mum and her 2 kids get killed. And there's... it's like the NASCAR bit, like someone survives it and they're talking and a tyre just comes in and just fucking wipes them away. And it's just like, it's the gnarly Final Destination.
Yeah, I feel it's the one that went, look, we spent an awful lot of money on this big fucking set piece. We're just going to keep using it over and over and over and over.
Yeah, and also it was the one that they were big on the 3D with. 3D. So there's constantly shit coming out like at you with it as well. And I mean, the girlfriend of the main guy, she's quite fetching. Mm-hmm. Again, what can I say? So there's that, but it's the broiest one.
Yeah, it is actually the broiest one, yeah.
So there you go. And then you got Final Destination 5, which David Koechner's in it. Courtney B. Vance is in it. This guy who's that guy, PJ Byrne, who's the guy in Babylon who, in that sequence where they got the sound for the first time, and he's screaming at people. That guy is one of the death victims in Final Destination 5. And he's funny in it as well. He's just an absolute fucking sleazeball. And that one, it's like the characters are actually alright. There's a really fucking horrible gymnastics death.
Oh, that one's horrible. That's so horrible.
Because it is like, do you know what? That probably is what would happen to a body if they mistimed that shit horrifically. So yeah, and then the ending is just an absolute banger of an ending where they're talking about Paris throughout the entire fucking film, about how the guy is a chef and he needs to go to Paris for his career. Go to Paris. I don't want to go to Paris. I want to be with you. I know. Why don't you come with me? And you don't notice really through the film that, hang on a second, actually this is set in the past.
Yeah.
And then
It's quite clever, actually, that.
Yeah, like, because they don't call attention to it. And then at the end, they're on the plane, and then the guy sees, like, Kerr Smith having a fight with Devon Sawa. And I remember in the cinema at the time, I was like, oh shit. But again, it's... Alright, so they've just, like, managed to get out of Def's plan, but then Def's going to get them anyway. And then you've got, like, the ending. It's literally... It's that bit with Devon Sawa in his premonition in the first one where he's burning up. Mm. But this time, you're seeing that. But yeah, it's the guy you just followed for the last hour and a half.
Yep.
And you know, so it's an interesting franchise. It feels like the new one is going to be big. But the reason why it's going to be big is basically because there hasn't been one of these in like 15 years. And people are now just like, yeah, all right, I'll watch another one of these. Whereas every 2 or 3 years, and certainly 4 of them in 2 days, when I was like, I brought a cold back from Japan and felt like shit. I was just watching them on my iPad in bed. It's too much.
Yeah, we watched them.
Watching them all in close proximity is yeah.
We watched all of them in like a week, didn't we? Like a couple of days, I think, wasn't it? And we were like, oh, we're just getting through them now. They're like episodes of a TV show we don't want to watch anymore.
Yeah,
but
I think I'd happily just watch a compilation of all the deaths on like YouTube and then read the Wikipedia synopses rather than rewatching them all before seeing Bloodline.
That's basically what they do at the end of Final Destination 5. It's just like a montage of all the deaths set to if you want blood, we've got it.
Nice.
Which is that'll do. That was a montage that I watched on the morning of my wedding. That's me.
Bex, what have you been watching?
So not an awful lot, to be honest, because obviously I've been away. I watched Mission Impossible and Mission Impossible 2. Obviously I'll be going through all of them, but you told me to get them 2 boxed off before you'd start watching them with me, because Mission Impossible you've probably seen 1 billion times and you don't like Tandy Newton, so so yeah, Mission Impossible. It's really weird going back and watching Mission Impossible though, the first one, because tonally it is completely different. Like if you watched Mission Impossible and then Fallout, you wouldn't ever think that they were from the same franchise. But yeah, it feels like a bit more of an old schooly spy kind of movie, whereas the rest of them are a bit more glitzy, aren't they? But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It doesn't story wise, like character wise, most of his team die. So you've got Luther comes into it, but he's the only one that kind of carries through. And I didn't actually realise that he's in there from right at the first one.
Yeah, it's the first one, yeah.
I mean, I must have realised it at some point because we've rewatched them quite a number of times, but I always forget. He feels like a more recent addition somehow. But yeah, so Mission Impossible's fucking mint. Mission Impossible 2 is less mint. But I still have a fun enough time with it. It's just feels really flimsy in comparison, I think. Like, number one's it's old schooly and a bit daft, but it's got some weight behind what it's doing. And obviously there's some characters introduced in that do then come back from a bad guy point of view. But yeah, Mission Impossible 2, I don't really care about him and Tandy Newton. I suppose the virus, it's fine. It just feels very naughty.
It's incredibly naughty,
yeah. He does have magnificent fucking hair in it, though.
He does have magnificent hair in it.
Like, really good hair. And there's a really good motorbike chase. So that was fine. It was fun. So, yeah, looking forward to watching the rest of those. I watched The Void on the plane, which I'd not seen before. But I read an article of, like, oh my god, guys, if you like Silent Hill and Resident Evil, watch these 7 movies. And I was like, I've not seen The Void. So I watched The Void. And it is very... It's kind of Silent Hill / Kingdom Hospital vibes. And I like the fact that it's all kind of one location. After the initial kind of chase across the countryside. It's gory as fuck. Like, really, really gory. And it's grim. It's just what you need on a plane. One thing I did want to check in, have you, I think I've shown you it, Matt, but have you played Resident Evil Village?
No.
Are you aware of the baby monster in it?
I am absolutely aware of the baby monster.
So, have you seen The Void?
Yes.
It's the same monster, right? It just
yes.
chases them around the basement of the hotel, making baby crying noises and being gross. Except it's not shaped like a baby; it's shaped like a giant slug. But it's making baby noises and it's gross and it's chasing them in the dark. So it was giving real Resident Evil Village vibes to me. Donna Beneviento's house. That's where we were mentally. But yeah, really, really strong recommend to anyone that's not seen it and loves like those video games and likes Lovecrafty shit. Yeah, had a really good time with it on the plane. Like I say, I kept having to check over my shoulder to make sure no one was looking at the really gory bits where people were getting like axed in the head and stuff.
Nice.
So I didn't really want to traumatise any young children that were sitting behind me. Well, not get shouted at by their parents. Like, I don't really mind traumatising the children. I just didn't want their parents to see. And then the only one that we watched together.
Yeah.
We watched The Net.
We did watch The Net, didn't we?
We
yes.
did. 1995.
Good stuff.
Sandra Bullock movie, The Net.
Yeah. Which contains Sandy B just being adorably Sandy B. And Jeremy Northam being just like, that's not even how people speak, mate.
Is he the guy that like seduces her?
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing what like because Sandra Bullock is just inarguably hot throughout time.
Yes.
Isn't it weird though when you look at like men over time and what's been considered like the hot guy? This guy is not a hot guy.
He was not a hot guy back in 1995.
But he's very much presented as the hot guy.
Yeah, he's very much presented as ooh, you know that new James Bond guy, Pierce Brosnan. He's hot. You all like him, don't you? Yeah. Is he in this? No. But whatever, it's the hot guy that they got from Costco. Yeah, and he puts on, for a British guy, he puts on a British accent that is just, I've lived in Britain for 43 years. Nobody speaks like that.
No. It is a bit black hatty though, in the sense that it's like, it's not super believable that she's like an internet securities guy.
But I think that's supposed to be the point, isn't it? Yeah. Weird that like the takeout song from it is an Annie Lennox fucking song. It's just odd.
Yeah, but it's just a real interesting little time capsule piece to watch and go, oh, this was during like the midst of like internet panic.
It was the start of internet paranoia. I think. Yeah. It was. It's fun. It's silly.
It's very of its time.
It's a very sort of like. It's a very 90s thriller. Yeah. Like, nobody ever says fuck. There's no titties. And there's no blood.
Is Sandy B a no titties guy?
She's a no titties guy, yeah.
Fair play to her.
Fair play, yeah. No, she is not let her see her Sandy B's.
It's nice that she has that level of respect for herself.
Yep.
You just find it disappointing.
I think the population of the world finds it disappointing, but also respects it.
That's fair.
But wishes that
she didn't have
that no nudity contract.
That's fair.
Yes. Right. So I've only watched a couple of movies.
Go.
Because I read a book. Instead of just,
Mark pretended that he could read for the duration of the holiday. He kept up the facade really well, kept turning the pages and everything. Was holding it upside down at one point, but, he did real well.
Somebody commented on my book at one point.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It was the same girl that you had a problem with me speaking to.
Oh, the, floater guy's girlfriend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds bad because we were at a place with a pool. So he didn't shit in the pool.
No.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Yeah, they were on sun loungers next to us.
He was such a fucking
He
dope,
was
this
such a
kid.
douche nozzle, yeah. And anyway, they were there just sunbathing quite quietly, and then all of a sudden he went, "I want a floater," and she was just like, "What?" And he's like, "I want a floater. I want to go get a floater from the shop. I want a floater, like a lilo, right, or like an inflatable ring, but not a floater."
Floater, you're floater, man. I want floater.
Oh, a floater.
I want floater.
Over and over again until she finally just went, "Oh, right." Put a cover up on over her bikini, went, "Let's go get a fucking floater."
She seemed like so angry with this guy.
Yeah.
Like gradually, she just got more and more angry with him over the couple of days that we were end up sat quite near them.
And then they got back and they spent half an hour blowing it up.
I didn't witness him blowing it up, no. But I did witness him try to get in the floater in the pool, and then he wouldn't fit in it, and he kept just slipping off it.
It was tiny. It was like a kid's one.
I was just kind of laughing at him. Yeah.
So and then she was quite pretty, and Mark had a conversation with her later in the week, and was relaying this conversation. So to neg him, I plucked a white beard hair off his back and called him Old Father Time.
That's good. In front of people.
Oh no, just between us. I didn't shout it. "You're right, Old Father Time, white beard hair." But yeah, just to make him feel a little bit like.
Should have done that.
Yeah, I probably should have.
But the same girl asked me what my book was about.
Did she?
Yeah.
She didn't look like she could read either.
Yeah, she had lots of words tied on her.
She did, yeah.
Yeah, she asked me what my book was about, and I told her, and she just went, "And you brought that on holiday?" Yeah. I said, "What are you guys reading?" And she went, and she showed me her book, which was what's that book that the film that Blake Lively was in?
Oh God, It Ends With Us.
Yeah, she was reading that. She told me it was shite, and then she just went, "Oh, he don't read." I don't think she liked him.
Nice.
At all. Every time we saw them, she looked pissed off that she was there with him.
I was really upset. So I've had the book Butter on my bookshelf for fucking ages now, waiting to take it on holiday. So did I get it for Christmas or did I get it?
You got it
randomly?
around Christmas. You didn't get it for Christmas. You got it around Christmas.
But after we'd been on holiday last time, but it was before Christmas, wasn't it? So I've had it for
what, 6 months?
over 6 months, waiting to take it on holiday and read.
Yeah.
Took it with me, and then it was on every third sunbed, and everyone was fucking reading it. Because since I read some random Japanese literature you must try kind of articles, and I was like, "Oh, that sounds really fucking interesting." Got it, and then since then it's won prizes, become really popular.
And now everyone was reading it.
And I was like, "Well, I don't want to be that guy that's reading the same book as everyone else, so I'll have to fucking take it home and read, won't I?"
Yep.
So I had to take it home and read. Anyway, Mark, what have you been watching?
So I watched Observe and Report on the plane.
That's good.
Observe and Report is funny, but it shouldn't be funny anymore.
I'm very, very wary about going back and watching it.
Don't.
Yeah.
Don't. Don't. It mocks mental health issues. There's a bit where, quite literally, Anna Faris is way too fucking drunk and high on his medication that he's supposed to take for his schizophrenia. And then, he's, having to, lift her into her house, and then the next cutscene is her appearing comatose with sick on her and him fucking her. and then when he stops to see if she's like awake, she tells him, "Don't fucking stop." And you watch it going, "Yeah, that's a bit rapey." But then you do have a drug scene that seems like it's supposed to go on for days, and then they're going, "That was a crazy 2 hours." Yeah. Ray Liotta's also very fun in it. But yeah, I can see why no streaming service wants to show, observe and report. I reckon if you said to Seth Rogen, and like, you were interviewing, you went, I really liked Observe and Report. What was that like to film, Seth? He'd be like, can we not talk about this? And I also watched High Fidelity. What fucking year?
Nice.
Just because I was flicking through, like, because I had loads of films on my hard drive, and you were using the iPad Wave X to watch stuff.
Yes.
And I was watching stuff on the MacBook, on the Play. And, like, High Fidelity was on there. And I was like, fucking hell. Yeah. It ticks a lot of boxes. It's something that, you know, I've seen before, so it's not something new that I'm taking in. And also, I know that if somebody's sort of looking over there's no, like, graphic violence like what Becky would watch, or graphic nudity like I would normally watch. So I thought, I'm in safe hands here. And plus, you kind of want a bit of a warm hug sometimes when you're on a plane watching a movie. And it's 2 hours long, so it kicks that off. But yeah, so I watched High Fidelity, and it's fucking great. I love High Fidelity. It's wonderful. It just is wonderful. It's a warm hug of a movie for me.
Yeah.
It's just great. And the fact, you know, that you're watching it and it's this guy telling the story, but he is kind of like the arsehole in the story. But you also would kind of look at him and go, yeah, but I would be mates with him.
Yeah.
There. And the great bit...
that Loudermilk series we watched is a bit like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
That was good.
I mean, the fact that you kept calling an arsehole, but then they kept on turning around and, like, midway through that show and going, he's basically you.
Yeah. So basically what we're saying is I'd marry him.
Yeah. Jack Black, absolute fucking role he was born to play. He's wonderful in it. I get the feeling that Catherine Zeta-Jones is basically playing herself, but doesn't quite realise she's playing herself.
No.
Because that's kind of what the character would be like. And that Stephen Fryers has kind of, like, done that on purpose. And of course, it's co-written by Steve Pink, who wrote and directed Hot Tub Time Machine. So, you know.
Love that.
Back in there, yeah. So, yeah. High Fidelity, it's just a masterpiece. I love the book, I love the film, and I love the series. So, there we fucking go. That was it. That was all I've watched
Nice.
this week. We do have a question. Again, I forgot to put the bits out earlier. I will get back at putting it out earlier so people have got a chance to actually respond with questions. But actually, sorry, we do have two questions, actually. So, once my... What is it starts working again? So Dylan messages us, say, I recently rewatched Back to the Future 3 in edited for in-flight entertainment form. I thought it was missing a key scene involving a frisbee fight, but it was confusing for the. But I was confusing it for the Spectrum game I had when I was a kid. What films have you misremembered? Films you've
misremembered?
Yeah, like you've remembered, like you've gone back to watch it and gone, oh, this is completely different to what I remember.
I don't know, because I don't tend to misremember things. I just tend to forget them completely.
Yeah, you do tend to forget films completely.
Or
yeah.
I haven't seen Old Guard.
I'm very sure.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not... I don't think I'd necessarily go... I don't remember that happening in that way.
One of mine, War Games. In my brain, War Games was him pretty much all the time in his bedroom, and it's not. That's done in like the first 5 minutes. So when I rewatched that last year, I was like, wait, so he's at the Pentagon for like the majority of the movie? So I would say that. A lot of movies that I watched when I was young, maybe. Yeah, War Games would be mine. I thought he was like just doing it from home, and he's doing it from like a mainframe computer in the Pentagon for the majority of it.
Yeah, sorry, that's a difficult one. I don't know.
Well, if you think of anything, we do have another one. Good question here. Andrew Jones, is a fucking good question, this. Sun's out. Which film character would you most want to go on holiday with?
What kind of a holiday?
It's a sunny holiday. It's a beach or a by the pool holiday. Not an adventure holiday.
Am I married?
Ooh. Do a yes and a no one.
I'd have to think there.
You're thinking really, really hard about this one next, aren't you?
Yeah, but it seems you really don't like people. I was thinking this earlier. I don't really like people except you to spend time with. So like, I just would go on my own.
Which character would I most like to go on holiday with? See, we spoke about this while we were on holiday, didn't we? I like a holiday to be just do as little as fucking humanly possible. So it couldn't be anyone with too much fucking energy that would be going, we need to do this, we need to do this. I'd be like, no.
You'd want a good chat at dinner.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd want somebody who's fun, but not wanting to do too many activities.
That's not really a thing, though, is it? Like, I'd want somebody fun, but my social battery doesn't carry much charge. So,
yeah, same.
Like, fun people tend to want to be fun all the time.
Do you know what? I mean, like, Leo's character in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood comes to mind for me, where I feel like you'd have some good chats, you'd get some good war stories, but you'd also get plenty of downtime.
Oh my god!
Where, like,
Brad Pitt's character from that would also be fun because he's just affable. Like, I reckon he'd make loads of friends, and then you could leave him with his new friends and go back and have a little sleepy.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean,
That's a good one.
You're all doing it wrong, aren't you? Let's be honest.
Go on.
What?
I would just say very quickly, if I wasn't married, Becky Hall in the Night House.
just chewing you out the whole holiday.
Just, like, come out with some passive-aggressive stuff, just every now and then. You know, just to keep my, like, hat in the ring.
I don't want to say the sister out of Hot Tub Time Machine.
Fair, yeah. That's a good one.
I reckon you'd have a really good time. She'd get you some blood.
Or Jennifer Lawrence in American Hustle.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah, that's a good show, actually, that.
Like, it would be pretty chaotic, but I don't know, that could be fun. That could be fun.
Part of me wants to say Glenn Powell from Top Gun Maverick, but it would just make you feel just like, what's the point in me even existing?
No, do you know what? No, in Top Gun Maverick, the guy who is like Cruise's mate at the start and just nods and smiles.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one, yeah. Or... who else could you go? Zac Efron. I think he'd be energetic, wouldn't he? He'd be energetic.
In what? He's not a character.
In Baywatch.
Oh. No, I reckon he'd be alright. He's a bit disenchanted with stuff, isn't he?
Yeah, you can have a bit. I reckon you can have a bit of a good laugh with him. Yeah.
I think, like, if you're not going on holiday with Glenn Powell because he'd make you feel bad because of what he looks like, maybe don't go with Zac Efron.
That's a fair point. Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah.
You don't go on holiday with someone of the same gender that's hotter than you.
No.
Otherwise,
What you're saying? I need to go on a holiday with somebody who is of the other gender and is hot.
No.
That sounds like what you just said to me.
Fucking time.
Fucking hell! Because one girl talked to me, I got fucking negged for the rest of the holiday.
You can go on holiday with Lou from Hot Tub Time Machine. You're hotter than he is and you'd have a good time.
Me and Lou would have a great time in Hot Tub Time Machine. We would get in that hot tub and be fucking just walking around the 80s just fucking shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just two absolute pieces of shit walking around being dickheads. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't go with someone hotter than you of the same gender, otherwise you become the duff.
That's a fair point, yeah. Yeah, that's it. Lou from Hot Tub Time Machine, that's my answer.
Nice.
Yeah. What are we covering next week, Ian?
Fucking bloodlines, motherfucker.
It is, isn't it? It's yeah.
It is Final Destination Bloodlines. You know, I was going to ask, when are you guys wanting to record? Because there are some screenings of Mission Impossible Monday and Tuesday.
I can't do either of those because I'm back at work and I'm on late both nights. Which is
Okay,
really annoying.
so it sounds like we're doing Final Destination on Sunday night.
Yep.
What?
Final Destination Sunday.
Sunday? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if Mark's on late Monday and Tuesday, it's somehow the Europa League final on Wednesday night that I have an interest in. So yeah,
And we're seeing.
sounds like it will be Sunday.
We're seeing Mission Impossible Wednesday, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking air. When you see Mission Impossible in?
I think Monday.
Yeah, I think we're seeing it Wednesday.
I think. I'll be on just calling it now. The really lukewarm reaction has me going like, do I really want to schlep out for a 3-hour film on a Monday evening when I could maybe just go see it on a Saturday daytime? So, yeah.
If you're
We'll
on
see.
late Monday, Tuesday, I might go see Hurry Up tomorrow on Monday after work.
Hurry up.
Hurry Up tomorrow.
What's that?
Oh, that General Ortega in the Weekend film. Yeah, it's barely
You don't
playing
know,
here.
No, I'm not fussed about that.
Yeah. Might do that if you're on late. Oh, well, that'll be after recording anyway. That's really thrown me, it being Sunday. That's only a few days away.
Yeah, no, so it's Wednesday as we record now, folks. But it's basically we record on Sunday or there's no show next week. So
Cool. Right. I forgot I was pausing for a second there. That's episode 584. Anything from anybody else?
no, you two need to get to the pub.
Yes,
I need a pee.
And I need to pee as well. So thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much, Rebecca.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ian.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.